think you really are going to refuse me, aren't you?
I can see I'm going to have to tell you everything.
Of course you are.
Yes, well, my trip to the country to visit my more or less immortal aunt. The fact of the matter is, it's the first step towards the most ambitious plan I've ever undertaken.
Well, go on.
You see, my aunt is not on her own just at the moment. She has a young friend staying with her, Madame de Torval.
Yes?
She is my plan.
You can't mean it.
Why not? To seduce a woman famous for her strict morals, religious fervor, and the happiness of her marriage? What could possibly be more prestigious?
I think there's something very degrading about having a husband for a rival. It's humiliating if you fail and commonplace if you succeed. Where is he, anyway?
He's presiding over some labyrinthine case in Burgundy, which I'm reliably informed will drag on for months.
I can't believe this. Apart from anything else, she's such a frump. Bodice up to her ears in case you might catch a glimpse of a square inch of flesh.
You're right. Clothes don't suit her.
How old is she?
22?
And she's been married?
2 years.
Even if you succeed, you know what?
What?
And you'll get from her is what she gives her husband. I don't think you can hope for any actual pleasure. They never let themselves go, these people. I sometimes wonder about you, Vicomte. How could you make such a fool of yourself over a complete non-entity?
Take care now. You're speaking of the woman
Yes?
I've set my heart on. I haven't felt so strongly about anything since we were together.
And you're going to pass up this wonderful opportunity for revenge?
If I have to.
You don't have to. I won't tell anyone about this bizarre aberration of yours.
I think you're going to have to wait at least until I've had her before I can allow you to insult her. And I can't agree with your theory about pleasure. You see, I've no intention of breaking down her prejudices. I want her to believe in God and virtue and the sanctity of marriage and still not be able to stop herself. I want passion, in other words. Not the kind we're used to, which is as cold as it's superficial. I don't get much out of that anymore. No. I want the excitement of watching her betray everything that's most important to her. Surely you can understand that. I thought betrayal was your favorite word.
No, cruelty. I always think that has a nobler ring to it.
You're terrible. You're 100 times worse than I'll ever be. Since we started this little mission, you've made many more converts than I have. You make me feel like an amateur.
And so you are, really. You might just as well be in love.
If love is not being able to think of anything else all day or dream of anyone else all night, perhaps I am. Which is why I must have her, to rescue myself from this ridiculous position.
Love is something you use, not something you fall into, like quicksand. Don't you remember? It's like medicine. You use it as a lubricant to nature.
How is Belroche?
Well, he is in love. Thought it might be time to end it last week. I tried to pick a quarrel, but he looked so woebegone I relented, and we spent the best night we've ever had. But I'm keeping him at arm's length because I'm so pleased with him. He hasn't learned that excess is something you reserve for people you're about to leave.
So, you're not about to leave him?
No, I told you at the moment I'm very pleased with him.
And he's currently your only lover?
Yes.
I think you should take another. I think it most unhealthy, this exclusivity.
You're not jealous, are you?
Well, of course I am. Belroche is completely undeserving.
I thought he was one of your closest friends.
Exactly, so I know what I'm talking about. No, I think you should organize an infidelity with me, for example.
But we decided it was far more important to preserve our friendship and to be able to trust each other implicitly.
Are you sure that wasn't just a device to heighten our pleasure?
You refuse to grant me a simple favor and then you expect to be indulged.
Only because it is so simple. It wouldn't feel like a conquest. I have to be true to my destiny, you see? I must be true to my profession. I understand Father Anselm has explained to you the reasons for my visit.
Yes, but I see no need for formal reconciliation, monsieur.
No? When I have, as you said, insulted you? And you have treated me with unqualified contempt.
Contempt? What do you mean?
You run away from my aunt's house in the middle of the night. You refuse to answer or even receive my letters, and all this after I had shown a restraint of which I think we are both aware. I would call that at the very least contempt.
I'm sure you understand me better than you pretend, monsieur. It seemed to me by
Forgive me.
most.
I didn't come here to trade reproaches. You know, your virtue has made as deep an impression on my soul as has your beauty on my heart. I suppose I imagined that made me worthy of you. What has happened is probably a just punishment for my presumption. My life has no value since you refused to make it beautiful. All I wanted from this meeting, madame, was your forgiveness for the wrongs you think I've done you, so I can at least end my days in some peace of mind.
But you won't understand. I couldn't do what you wanted. My duty wouldn't allow me to.
It was me you ran away from, wasn't it?
I had to leave.
And do you have to stay away from me?
I do.
Forever?
I must.
Well, I think you'll find your wish that we be separated will succeed beyond your wildest dreams.
Your decision is...
It's a function of my despair. I am as unhappy as you could ever have hoped to make me.
I've only ever wanted your happiness.
How can I be happy without you? I must have you or die. Death it is. I'm sorry. I wanted to live for your happiness, and I destroyed it. Now I want to give you back your peace of mind, and I destroy that too. I'm not used to passion. I can't deal with it, at least. This is the last time, so be calm.
It's difficult when you are in this state, monsieur.
Yes, well, don't worry, it won't last very long. These are the only things which might weaken my courage, these deceitful pledges of your friendship. They were all that reconciled me to life.
I understood you wanted to return them to me, and that you now approved of the choice my duty has compelled me to make.
Yes. And your choice has determined mine.
Which is what?
The only choice capable of putting an end to my suffering.
What do you mean?
Listen. I love you. You've no idea how much. Remember, I've made far more difficult choices than the one I am about to make now. Goodbye.
No.
Let me go.
You must listen to me.
I have to go.
No.
Why should you be so upset by the idea of making me happy?
Yes, you're right. I can't live either unless I make you happy. So I promise. No more refusals and no more regrets.